its very essence, an inviting home is one that simply welcomes you in, makes you feel comfortable and relaxed, makes you feel like you can be yourself. But you might be surprised to hear that some of the things you're doing to your home might actually be making it less inviting. So today, we're gonna look at 9 common mistakes that can make your home less inviting and some quick and easy tips to make your guests and family feel at home in your space. And thank you to Lily Silk for sponsoring this video. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Number 1, your entry is a disaster zone. No matter how big or small your home is, there's always going to be an entry area which people need to physically pass through in order to reach the rest of your home. Your entryway is going to set the tone for the rest of your home, as it's the first thing that guests see when they come over, so do not gloss over it. If you have an avalanche of shoes, jackets, school stuff, umbrellas, a cardboard box full of donations that you still haven't had a chance to drop off at the thrift store, then your home is actually going to give off chaotic vibes basically before anyone has even set foot inside of it. It's not that you can't have anything in your entry, but just keep it neat and tidy. So if you need to declutter a little bit, do that first, and then focus on making your entry a welcoming space. You can do this by putting down a nice rug, hanging a mirror, or some artwork, and if there's space for it, you can add a bench, a chair, or a stool. Adding a little bit of storage is important as well. No matter how small your entry is, you should always try to carve out a drop zone for your keys, wallet, and any other items that you won't need again until you leave the house. It doesn't have to be anything more complicated than a floating shelf if that's all you have space for. You still might need to train your family members to actually use the drop zone though, so good luck with that. Number 2, low quality sheets. A lot of people actually kind of neglect their bedrooms and choose to spend more money on the high traffic spaces like the living room and the kitchen, which is totally understandable. But even if you've deprioritized the bedroom for the time being, you can and should still try to make your bed a cozy and inviting place to unwind after a long day. Having low quality pilling or scratchy sheets is no way for anyone to live. One way you can really treat yourself is by using silk bedding. I'm currently loving the silk bedding from Lily Silk. Lily Silk's bedding is made from 100% pure mulberry silk, which is the highest quality silk you can get. Their products are also clean and toxin-free, and their silk comforters are even machine washable, which is amazing. What I also love about Lily Silk is that they're a zero waste brand. They use up all their silk remnants to make smaller products like eye masks and scrunchies. I've been wanting to try silk bedding for a long time because I've heard so much about how amazing it is. It's known to have many benefits, including keeping your hair and skin hydrated and reducing sleep wrinkles. Silk pillowcases also help prevent tangled hair and frizz, are hypoallergenic, and silk bedding is even temperature regulating. I've been using my Lily Silk bedding for a few weeks now and I absolutely love it. It's so soft and smooth and gentle on my skin and it feels amazing. So if you've been curious about trying silk bedding for a long time, or you want to purchase affordable quality silk garments like this shirt that they also sent me, then definitely give Lily Silk a try. I've left a couple of discount coupons and links in the description for you to check out. Number 3, your house is too clean. Is there such a thing as a home being too clean and tidy? Apparently, yes, there is. According to a recent survey done in the UK, many people actually prefer a home which is relaxed and a little messy over one which is super clean and tidy. The research revealed that some people specifically said that houses which are minimal, spotless, and tidy feel cold and lack a sense of comfort, and that they feel on edge if someone's home is too clean, sparse, and plain. So next time you're due to have guests over, maybe don't spend hours manically cleaning before they arrive. Just relax and let them see a little bit of the real you. I mean, obviously there's a balance here. Your home shouldn't be dirty or a total pigsty, but a little bit of mess can actually be more inviting than you might think. Overly minimalistic decor. To each their own, right? If you are into ultra minimalism and you feel comfortable in your home, then by all means ignore this. But generally, having too little decor in home can make it feel quite sterile and uninviting. If your home is devoid of not only color and a bit of personality, but just things in general, it can feel quite unwelcoming and kind of like it's lacking a soul. Number 5, you only use overhead lighting. Overhead lighting is fine and it has its uses, but if you never use any other kind of lighting like table lamps or candles or indirect ambient lighting, things like that, then your home can feel uninviting and quite one-dimensional. The best way to create a warm and inviting atmosphere in your home is to use a mix of different light sources. Table lamps, floor lamps, candles, string lights and solar lights outside, and also vary the light intensity with dimmers. Think of lighting not just as a way to just like see what you're doing, but as a way to set the mood in your space. And please, please avoid using fluorescent lighting at all costs. In the areas where you want the option to relax, make sure you're using warm temperature light bulbs or use smart bulbs which allow you to change the light temperature and intensity. If you're a regular on this channel, you'll know that that's something that I mention all the time. It's so important, so do not overlook it. Number 6, you're not using curtains. So I wouldn't say that curtains are always the best way to go. It really depends on your room, your view, your exposure, how much privacy you need, and your overall aesthetic. But in general, adding curtains to your windows can make a space feel more cozy and inviting. Fabric softens hard surfaces like window frames, and it can make a room feel more inviting and intimate. So again, every room and situation is different, but adding curtains should always at least be a consideration if you're trying to make your home feel more cozy and inviting and you're not really sure where to start. Number 7, your flooring is cold. If your floors are cold, that can make your whole home feel quite uninviting. I've been in old homes that have stone floors, which are beautiful, but they were freezing and it's just not pleasant. The obvious solution is to, of course, add area rugs. Not only do they add warmth and coziness, but they also help to absorb noise. But what about if you live in a hot climate? Nobody's in a hurry to add a shag rug to their home if they live somewhere where it's hot all year round. Even in places where the climate is very warm though, I think fully stone, concrete, or tiled floors can have a tendency to feel a bit uninviting. In that case, you can still use area rugs, but you should go for lower pile options and flat weaves instead. They'll take the edge off the uncozy feeling without smothering your floors and making your home feel hotter than it already is. For example, check out this apartment in Miami Beach, Florida. The floors you see here are made out of concrete slabs which have been softened by adding layers of low pile rugs throughout the space. Without them, the space would have felt much more uninviting. Your walls are bare. Having a lot of bare, undecorated walls can make a space feel quite sterile and uninviting. It's not that every single wall needs to be covered in framed artwork or photos, but even just adding a few key pieces can make a huge difference. Mirrors, artwork, shelves, a TV, wallpaper, there are so many options when it comes to breaking up a boring wall. And remember, you're not limited to physically hanging things on the wall itself. You can break up a bare wall by placing something in front of it, like a bookcase or something tall, like a big plant or a floor lamp. If you're struggling with coming up with ways to tackle your big walls, I'll link a blog post down below which has some great ideas. Number 9, your home smells bad. This one is pretty self-explanatory, but it's worth mentioning because it can be such a turnoff when you walk into a home that smells bad. There are a variety of different things that can cause your home to smell bad, like pets, garbage, smoking, mildew, mold, certain stale cooking smells, and of course, smell is very subjective, so you never really know, right? But if you're afraid that you've gone nose blind, which basically just means like you can't smell the smell of your home anymore, then ask a friend or relative to come over and tell you honestly what your house smells like when they come in. Once you've identified and eradicated any bad smells that may be lurking, if there are any, then the next thing I suggest you do is to focus on creating pleasant smells in your home. Scented candles are great, but honestly, many people identify coziness with smells like a Sunday roast cooking in the oven. So your home doesn't necessarily even need to smell like fragrance, like perfumed. Simply cooking a meal for your family or guests can add a layer of coziness without you even having to do anything, except, well, cook. Ultimately, just choose whatever scent you and your family likes best. If you need some ideas, I have a video where I talk about lots of different ways in which you can scent your home. I'll link it down below. Okay everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then I hope you'll stick around and watch another one. Thanks so much for tuning in today and to Lily Silk for sponsoring this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!